All right, here we go. So we are recording the session in case you ever need to go back and refer to anything we talked about. So it's 12:15, so I'm going to get started right away because I know we only have 20 minutes, but thank you once again. My name is Linda. Thanks for coming to Padlet. So Padlet is another great tool that I like to use with my class just to get everybody engaged and participating. I don't know about you guys, but I know that in my class, I struggle a lot with, it might be a sixth grade thing, but getting kids to turn on their cameras and participate. So this is a platform that gets those kids who are a little feeling self-conscious or too cool to turn on the camera and participate to engage in class. So first off, we'll just talk about logging into Padlet. So if you go to padlet.com is the website, you will see this is what it'll look like. And then you'll see on the left-hand side, it says login. So you click login and all you have to do is log in with Google. And then it will ask you, and we've all seen this before probably with other platforms, but it'll ask you to choose, and your SBUSD.net account should automatically pop up because you're logged in with your Google account, I would assume, if you're using Google Class and all of that. So you click your SBUS2.net account and it takes you straight to Padlet automatically. So you're logged in, just have to click sign in with Google. So again, that was logging in with your Google account, and then it'll automatically log you into Padlet. So these are some Padlets that I've used with my class. So your Padlets that you create will automatically save here to your dashboard. Okay. So the next step after you log in would be to create a Padlet. So if you see up here, it says make a Padlet. Now, as a teacher, you're going to be using, this pink make a Padlet the most. I'll show you after the teacher part what it will look like as a student, because I know for me, I like to see things from both perspectives. So if you click on make a Padlet, you will see the different types of Padlet. There's one called wall, canvas, stream, grid, shelf, back channel, map, and timeline. Now, from my experience, the ones I like to use the most, I feel like that are most kid-friendly for our kiddos is the wall. I also like the shelf. And I'm going to show you these two examples, and then just for the sake of time, the other 6 I'll let you explore on your own. So here is, let's say I'm going to create a Padlet and I'm going to select wall, okay? And Padlet will automatically set the background and the color, but that is all something that you can change. If I can hide that, yeah. That's all something that you can change. So on the right-hand side, you're going to see it welcomes you to your Padlet. And here where it says title, you can change the title to anything you would like. Okay, so what if you're working on a reading, writing, or math assignment, or if you're using it for a check-in, you can title it. So let's just say Tech Cafe Padlet. And then if you want to put a description, you can put one here. Okay, can maybe say please post one time, or if you want to put a direction, you can put any kind of description there. The icon is just a little image that appears at the top left-hand corner, and there's tons of emojis and little pictures that you could select for, and we'll just do a computer since it's a tech cafe, to match whatever subject or topic you are discussing. And then this is important. This is the link that you will share with your students, and I'll get to that in just a minute. You could also change the wallpaper. There's already pre-created templates here that you can just choose from. Or you could add your own wallpaper by searching an image. So let's say oh, see, tech cafe is already in there. So these images of cafes came up. So you could choose um, to search an image online, or if you have something saved to your computer, if you have something saved to your desktop, you can upload a picture that way as well. I usually just kind of stick to what's already what's already there for me here. Just it saves time. You can change the color scheme and the font, excuse me, as well. And then a couple of things that are important as well is these are for your students. So when your students are posting, you want to make sure to turn on the attribution. So that means every time your students post, their name will appear on their post. And then this is just personal preference. If a student posts something, do you want the most recent post to come up at the top of the Padlet or to come up at the bottom? So that's kind of just personal preference right here. This is also really important for students is allowing comments. I typically don't allow comments because what students will do is they'll just start commenting with a hi or a happy face or but if you do allow comments, just make sure you have a conversation with your students about the expectations for comments and how you want them to use it. So that's an option. The reactions right here, you could allow your students to just simply like a post. I do like this part because it kind of reminds me of Facebook and all the other Instagram, where you click on a image to like it and a heart pops up. So you could allow your students to simply just like a post or give the post a star. But again, it's teacher discretion. If you feel like your kids can't or are not going to use it effectively, then you can just turn it off. Or if you think your kiddos can handle it, you can turn on the reactions as well. And content filtering, if you turn on the require for approval, you as the moderator will have to approve every post that gets on the Padlet. So I think that's again teacher discretion. But for the most part, if you're having that conversation with your kiddos and setting expectations, I haven't had an experience where a student uses the Padlet inappropriately or post something they shouldn't be posting. But if you would like to turn on this approval requirement, you can turn that on as well. And I usually just turn on this filter profanity. It replaces bad words with emojis. If the Padlet will, if it detects any profanity, it will replace it with an emoji. So that's something I just turn on just in case. Again, it's never really come up where that's happened to me, but just in case that's an option as well. So once you've selected, if you went through all of these settings, all you have to do is click next, and then it says you're all set. Start posting. Okay, I'm going to pause right there because I tend to talk really fast sometimes. Any questions so far as this, like the settings? This is all the things you would do before sharing the Padlet with your students. So you as a teacher are going in and setting up all this. Any specific questions about this part? No. Yeah, it's pretty user friendly, pretty simple. So then we'll just move on to the next part. So you're creating the Padlet. The next step would be it's all set up, it's ready to go, and you're ready to share the link with your students. Now, sometimes I might create a Padlet like on the spot and live and, just copy and paste the link into my Google Meet chat. Or if, you're you're prepared and you have it ready before class, you can post it. I typically post it in my Google Class. So the link is right here. If you close out the settings on accident and you're like, oh my gosh, I need the link, right here at the top right hand corner, it says share. So the settings will pop up again. So again, if you accidentally close that out, just go to the top right and then click share. You could copy the link to your clipboard and paste the link directly into your Zoom chat or your Google Meet chat. And then you can just instruct your students to click on the link in the chat and it'll take them directly there. If you want, you could also, there's also a great option under share where you could share directly to Google Class. If you use Google Class in the upper grades, you could simply just choose your Google Class and then I want to post it to, I want it to come up as an announcement and then it'll automatically allow me to post the link in my Google Class. So that's kind of helpful too, as it automatically will post it. Okay, so you could use that option. I'm going to delete that in case my students log in and see that. Also, we'll talk quickly about what it looks like from a student's perspective. Okay, so really quickly, your student clicks on the link that they, okay, so let's say you post the link for your class and they have it, whether it's in the chat box or in your Google Class. When they first click on the link, it will automatically take them to the Padlet. So they don't need like a password or a code from you. They'll automatically see this page, okay? And then what's really helpful is when the student logs in, they're going to see at the top right-hand page, they'll see I'm signed in, so I think that's why I'm not seeing it, but they're going to see an icon that says sign up right here. And then your student will need to log in with Google as well. Okay, so at the top, again, that was at the top right-hand corner, it says sign up. And then the student will log in with Google. So the reason why that is important is because when they make a post, like mine, right, my post right here, their name will automatically pop up, their first and last name, because they're logging in with Google. Okay, so that way you're not like, who's this, who's that, who's posting this? You will automatically know who it is. If it's an activity where you want it to remain anonymous, the student can still post even if they're not signed in with Google. So I could still log out of Google, my Google, and still make a post. It's just, it'll be, my box will be anonymous. It won't say a name. Okay. So again, your students all at the same time can post anything they want, depending on the activity that you're doing with your class. And then instead of just my name popping up everywhere, it'll be all of your students' names coming up on the screen on your Padlet.
Question, Linda.
Yes.
So if you, for instance, put links on your Padlet, do the kids need to log in to access those links, or can they access those? Can they click on the links without logging in?
Right. So you're saying if I add a link here.
To your Padlet, yeah.
Yeah, you could, like if I add a link to a Google Doc or something, they will automatically be able to click on the link and go to wherever it is you're sending.
Okay, so they don't have to log in to do that.
No, yeah. So the logging in with Google is just so that you can see the student name when they're posting. Because like I said, the student can still post something even if they're not logged in with Google. But what I don't like is that their post is anonymous and I don't know who's posting what. So that's why I always tell my kids to click the sign up at the top right and log in to their Google account so that their name automatically shows up as they post. Does that make sense?
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, good question. Okay, it's already 11 or 12:34. So any questions before I send you guys off to the your next one? Yes.
I have a question. I know this for the sake of sounding super naive.
No, there are no silly questions.
No, this is a bad one. When you say whatever activity you're doing, I've never done this before. So
Okay.
what would I be doing with this? What activity? Give me an idea of what activity I'd be doing.
Yeah,
to make.
so I can, yes, I'll quickly show you an example. Sorry, thank you. I was going to do that as well. So for example, I did a mentor text study with my class. We were looking at a writing mentor text. And so we were looking at the mentor text and seeing what the writer is doing and what could we do as a writer. So, you know, for example, one day we were analyzing the topic of the essay. So these are my students posting after they read the mentor text. This is the topic that they think that the essay was on. So you could use it for, you know, instructional purposes, or you could use it as a check-in where you simply just ask your students, how are you feeling today on a scale of 1 to 2? And they simply just 1 to 5, and they simply just type in a number. So it really could be used in however, you know,
Multiple ways.
You think it fits into your
Okay.
day. Yeah.
Perfect.
I apologize because we were told to really just simply focus on the tech part and not the instructional part. So I'm sorry I'm not prepared with a better answer.
Sorry.
But yeah, those are a couple of ways you could use it.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Can you show us another way that you used it? So that I love that because it's interactive with the kids.
Yeah.
Is there?
I could really quickly because it's already 12:36. I'm gonna get in so much trouble by Megan if I go over. Recently, we were supposed to do fantasy and then I stopped for test prep. Anyways, it's crazy, right? We're all kind of in that boat. So I asked my students to, they were kind of helping me create a virtual library with Epic because we use mainly Epic because the kids love it. So I had them, you know, go on Epic and find some fantasy book titles. So it was really kind of more, this activity was really more to help me as the teacher. But yeah, they helped me search for some fantasy books on Epic, and they, you know, put the title of their fantasy book.
Oh, and are those links too? Did they add the links to them or just the titles?
Yes, you could be extra fancy and techie and have them add the link, but these are just the titles. Yeah. Yes. Okay, great. Thank you. Another great question. Okay, everyone, I again, thank you so much. Your next session is at 12:40, so I'm going to let you go. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Linda.
Thank you. Bye.
Good to see you.
Good to see you.